Welcome back to One Comic Book a Day, where we're about to take a break on the main Superman comics and go over to Superboy for a while. And, well, it's a very disappointing issue of Superman. That is Action Comics 203, International Daily Planet. It's not a good Superman story. It's a very bad Superman story. But bad in different ways than Superman is usually bad. Already with the title The International Daily Planet sort of signifies that there was going to be an international flair to it. And though there is, it's not really a big part of the story. The story is actually about a gold smuggler. The International Daily Planet just kind of takes up the first 3 pages, as our 3 main Daily Planeters, if you're not counting Perry, Jimmy, Lois, and Clark, are all involved in opening a new branch somewhere in the world. These all essentially are just set pieces for Superman to help out. I guess he doesn't really help out in the Jimmy one, but he does something somewhat interesting with his powers, like printing paper for the Bombay headquarters of the Daily Planet. That's the most they do. Everybody ends up all finding out about this gold smuggler, and they decide to go, without consulting each other, deal with that. Now, the gold smuggler, looks like a pirate, and though this does sort of fall under pirateering? Privateer? Anyway, this all falls under sort of pirate things. They do look like pirates from 100 years before this comic was published. That's the real wait, why are they pirates? You'd think they would just be looking like normal sailors in the 1950s. They're even a clipper ship. Well, maybe not a clipper ship. It is a sailing ship. It's made out of wood. It's going to get in trouble if it runs into anything that's official to stop it, because they're not made out of wood at that point. But here's where things go horribly wrong with this story. Clark knocks out the captain, but needs to figure out how he's smuggling the gold. So he's basically stopped this. There is no more problem to solve. This is on page 7 of a 14-page story. Essentially, what I usually complain about, which is a Superman story not being able to find its ending, so it kind of rushes at the end. It sees the page count and they stop. This feels like they actually got to the ending halfway through the comic and had to find a reason for the comic to keep existing. So Clark disguises himself as the captain to find out how they're smuggling gold, but even that's not even what the comic cares about. We just get kind of a wacky scenario of them escaping. Now, part of the problem with Clark taking out the captain is he does a horrible job at both hiding and tying him up, that the captain escapes, but then he ends up escaping, and to make matters worse about the ending, it sort of sets up the fact that he might be coming back. You think there's going to be some sort of conflict, the whole thing stories are about, with the captain escaping and Clark posing as him. But no, that's resolved off panel. At the end, we see a newspaper headline telling us he's been captured and his plan failed. So that's not even resolved on the page. And Clark doesn't even do much to stop what was left of the gold smuggling ring. They have to run away. There is no real Superman stopping the ship. He stopped the captain halfway through. That ended up being the bigger, I guess, action moment. It's the bigger scene, but it happens halfway through the story. So there's massive pacing problems if all the smaller moments are happening after the bigger moment. It's not a good story. It actually falls under what we'll be talking about when we get to Superboy. That Superboy, for the most part, has been stronger because it is 7 pages. Honestly, this story would have been better at 7 pages, because it wouldn't have had to keep existing for a second half that I barely even remember, and I just looked through it. There isn't a lot happening in it. Okay, that is it from Action Comics 203, The International Daily Planet. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, hit the bell icon to get notifications when a new video goes up. I do this Monday through Friday, but Fridays is Bat Friday, where I cover a Batman story in either Detective Comics or Batman. Luckily, there is not a Batboy comic. And until next time, let's ponder the question, whatever did happen to the Man of Tomorrow. I don't feel like this comic really cared about the gold smuggling or the International Daily Planets. Okay, have a great day.